It looks like Fran Brown is about to make an awesome hire.
You are Locked On Syracuse, your daily podcast on the Syracuse Orange. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hello, everyone, and welcome into Locked On Syracuse. I'm Jackson Holzer, and thank you for making us your first listen of every single day here on the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. And of course, we are always free and available wherever you get your podcasts. And on tonight's mini podcast, we are going to talk about a report that came out earlier today, and that's that head coach Fran Brown for Syracuse football. It looks like he's going to make an addition to his coaching staff. It's expected that Josh Gattis will be added, and this is from 24/7 sports reporter Matt Zenitz. So we're going to talk about Josh Gattis' resume, the fact that he has a ton of Power 4 experience, and also the fact he could just be Syracuse football's future offensive coordinator. No, I'm not saying that Jeff Nixon is leaving the program right now, but you're not going to want to miss what I have to say later on here on this mini podcast. But first, let's talk about Josh Gattis, his resume, and some background for you all, shall we? So, some background. Ross Douglas was Syracuse football's passing game coordinator and wide receivers coach. He left this offseason to go to Oregon, of course, creating an opening at Syracuse for their passing game coordinator and wide receivers coach. And the reason why I bring this up is because Josh Gattis was a candidate to take that role. But ultimately, the job went to Miles White, and we had a mini podcast here on Locked On Syracuse talking about Miles White. But this is not the first time that Josh Gattis' name has been thrown around here at Syracuse, and now it appears like he is joining Syracuse football's coaching staff. We don't know what his role is going to be. It's not in the report, but what we could assume is that it's going to be something related to offense because he has a ton of experience at the Power 4 level on offense. In 2023 and 2024, Josh Gattis was the Maryland offensive coordinator and wide receiver coach. In 2022, he was the Miami offensive coordinator and wide receiver coach. From 2019 to 2021, he was the Michigan offensive coordinator and wide receivers coach. Also in 2021, he won the Broyles Award. If you don't know what the Broyles Award is, that's okay. I also had to look up what that award was. It's given to the top assistant coach in the country. So Josh Gattis, not too long ago, was one of the top assistant coaches in the nation. It goes back further, though, than just Michigan. In 2018, he was with Alabama as the co-offensive coordinator and wide receivers coach. From 2014 to 2017, he was the Penn State passing game coordinator, offensive recruiting coordinator, and wide receivers coach. And now it looks like Josh Gattis is joining Syracuse football and being a member of this coaching staff per 24/7 sports reporter Matt Zenitz. Now coming up, we'll talk about how Josh Gattis could be the future offensive coordinator of Syracuse football. So don't go anywhere here on Locked On Syracuse. Life moves fast, especially when you have a family. One day you're watching your kids take their first steps, and before you know it, they're off to college, and that's why securing their future is so important. Fabric by Gerber Life makes it simple to get term life insurance that fits your family's needs. With Fabric, you can apply for term life insurance online right from your couch. You can be covered in under 10 minutes, and in many cases, no health exam is required. Fabric also offers free digital wills and access to investment accounts to help you plan for your children's future. Join the thousands of parents who trust Fabric to help protect their families. Apply today in just minutes at meetfabric.com/lockedoncollege. That's meetfabric.com/lockedoncollege. Policies issued by Western Southern Life Assurance Company, not available in certain states. Prices subject to underwriting and health questions. Ever check your bank account and wonder, where did all my money go? Between dining out, online shopping, and entertainment, it's easy to lose track, and that's where Monarch Money comes in. Your personal CFO giving you full visibility and control over your finances. Monarch Money isn't just a budgeting app, it's a complete financial command center. You can track all your accounts, investments, and spending in one place. So you stop just managing your money and start building your wealth. Instead of juggling multiple apps, you can use Monarch to check your finances, track spending, and even plan long-term goals. Take control of your finances with Monarch Money. Use code LOCKEDONCollege at monarchmoney.com for 50% off your first year. That's monarchmoney.com, code LOCKEDONCollege for half off your first year. This is Locked On Syracuse. I'm Jackson Holzer, and on tonight's mini podcast, we are talking about a report from earlier today from 24/7 Sports' Matt Zenitz, and that's Syracuse football is expected to make an addition to its coaching staff, and that's former Maryland offensive coordinator Josh Gattis. We talked about Josh Gattis' credentials, the fact that he has a ton of Power 4 experience coaching offense as an offensive coordinator. And it got me thinking, and I wonder if you all thought the same thing when you saw this report. Could Josh Gattis be the future offensive coordinator of Syracuse football? Now, before you call me nuts, just hear me out for a moment, okay? Currently, the offensive coordinator is Jeff Nixon, and Syracuse football was really good on offense last year under Jeff Nixon, okay? Try to follow along here, all right? Let's say that Syracuse football in 2025 has another big year, and they're really good on offense once again, right? Yeah, they don't have Kyle McCord anymore, and they don't have LaQuinn Allen and Aronde Gadsden, but yet Syracuse football is still really good on offense under Jeff Nixon. Their new quarterback, whether it's Ricky Collins or Jakari Williams or Luke Carney, they tear it up next year, and Syracuse football has another elite offense. Guess what, folks? Jeff Nixon, Syracuse's offensive coordinator, he's going to get promotion looks. Maybe he tries to go to the NFL and be an offensive coordinator, become a college football head coach. Maybe it's to be an offensive coordinator at a big school in college football, like an Alabama or a Georgia, something along those lines. Get what I'm saying here? Remember, Jeff Nixon in the offseason interviewed for the Houston Texans offensive coordinator job. He didn't get it, but he did interview for them. And after the interview, Syracuse football gave him a nice, shiny, brand new contract. And I understand that he got a new contract, but that does not mean that Jeff Nixon would not leave if the right opportunity presented itself. So, if Syracuse football is again really good on offense, and Jeff Nixon gets a promotion elsewhere, that would leave an offensive coordinator opening for Syracuse football. Could Josh Gattis be someone that fills that void? Well, based on his background, I think he could be an internal replacement as the offensive coordinator for Syracuse football. He's been the Miami offensive coordinator. He was at Maryland. He was at Michigan. He was at Alabama. All I'm saying is it's possible. Not saying it's going to happen. There's a couple of ifs. Jeff Nixon needs to once again lead an elite offense, and then he would also need to leave Syracuse. And if those things occur, well, perhaps Josh Gattis could fill the void as the offensive coordinator of Syracuse football. Now that I have explained my reasoning, you can call me an idiot in the comments section below and tell me how Jeff Nixon's never going to leave and that Josh Gattis will never be the offensive coordinator of Syracuse. Comment in the comments section below. Now, that is it for this mini podcast talking about Josh Gattis. As far as what is coming up on the podcast in the future, tomorrow we're going to talk about basketball once again in a full podcast, talking about the biggest transfer portal needs for Syracuse. By the way, the portal opens up on Monday, so Syracuse, you better be ready for it this time around. Thank you for making Locked On Syracuse your first listen today. And for your second listen, you can check out the Locked On College Basketball Podcast with Isaac Shade and Andy Patton. March is here, so be the most informed college basketball fan throughout the madness. You can find Locked On College Basketball on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts. Folks, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much for listening. If you like this podcast, be sure to hit that like button. If you really enjoy the podcast, be sure to hit subscribe. Tell all your friends about Locked On Syracuse so this channel can grow and reach all Syracuse Orange fans. I will see you all again soon.